the state gave the county home rule authority, which basically gives the county to write legislation. Of course, there's a lot of exemptions that the state says you cannot write legislation about, but it gives us local power that the state is not, the state doesn't have time for every little single local issue, so they give the county government the authority of home rule to where we can write some of our own legislation, and that's what the county, one of the jobs of the county commission, basically through resolutions.
Yeah. So we've got the sheriff, we've got courts, we've got tax collection. What are some things that maybe on a more day-to-day basis people might see in Ellis County that are governed by the Ellis County Commission?
Road and bridges.
Now we're talking roads and
we
bridges.
Know our 8th Street Bridge. That was a.
You gained a fair amount of fame with a campaign ad about some bridge work.
Right. It's just. Yeah, I thought the county commission was dragging their feet. That was, that is a very important bridge. I mean, we had over 2,000.
There's no one here on this campus who would disagree with you whatsoever.
Over 2,000 cars a day utilizing that bridge, and it just seemed to drag on and on. I was kind of interested that our local railroad, Union Pacific, they had a bridge that burned down by Sharon Springs. A week later, that bridge was replaced.
Wow.
1 week. Well, they don't make any money if they can't move freight. To me, that's the biggest shock to me getting into local government, is how slow government moves. It's not, I have my own business. If I need to get something done, we get it done.
Yeah.
Same way with a bridge, a railroad, they need to fix it, they fix it. County government, you have the federal government, you have the state government, we have to go through hoops. But I think we could have done a little bit better job of, I don't think the commission realized how important that bridge was.
The textbook idea about our government generally is that it works kind of slowly, but it's there for a reason.
Right.
But it sounds, from what you've said, that it is at least as much a source of frustration as it is a nice idea of constitutional balancing.
Right. Maybe it's a good thing that government does move slow in some instances, but in others, like we have a bridge that we need to fix, we need to get it done. I mean, we need to prioritize. I think that's another thing I'd like to see in my term, is maybe prioritizing some of our road work. To where we know where's our traffic. It's simple.
So that would require some more study, some more time.
We're eventually doing that. I mean, we got a good idea, but as construction costs continue to go up, Ellis County's been lucky. We've been really proactive in maintaining our roads and bridges. But I'm seeing down the road what happens if the federal government continues to decrease the level of funding to state governments continue to decrease the levels of funding to county governments. We maintained over 1,200 miles of roads.
1,200 miles of roads?
Yeah, we're talking between, like a road from Hayes to San Francisco. That is a huge amount of roads.
Yeah, that's a lot to maintain.
That's a lot to maintain. And
it's not cheap to maintain a road.
No.
You're talking about the 8th Street Bridge. It's not as simple as putting down a couple of I-beams and some asphalt, is it?
No.
What was and I might be putting on you the spot here, but what's a rough idea about just the repairs for that bridge? What did that run?
I believe that was around $800,000.
$800,000, and I don't think that you'd say there was any price gouging or overruns there. That was a fair price to repair that bit of bridge.
You bid it out. I mean, you have multiple companies bidding on projects, so that was a fair price.
So that's a huge amount of money. Absolutely, and that's the point that I hope we got across, is that is a massive responsibility, and with 1,200 miles of road plus bridges, that means a big outlay of money. That's a big responsibility.
That's a large portion of county government and time is roads and bridges.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're living out in the country, you want your roads maintained. You want bridges that don't collapse.
I'd imagine that's also something, or one area where you get a lot of input from people.
Sure.
And how have you found the interaction for people? Do you find a lot of people really know what's going on? They're giving you really thoughtful full comment, or do people not give you a lot of input on the day-to-day operations of government?
Most people are very well informed. If you live in the country, you have a bad section of road, maybe they're not satisfied with how fast our road and bridge department is working on it, they'll give me a call and I can ask what's going on, and usually we can get any problems resolved. It's been very satisfying to see, because we have a great road and bridge department. I mean, compared to our surrounding counties, Ellis County is light years ahead of some of our surrounding counties. We have great people, and we invest in our people, we invest in our equipment, and we invest in our infrastructure, and you can tell it makes a difference.
Absolutely. And I think that a lot of our students, when I hear them talking, say in my political science classes, and I encourage them to speak out about needs that they have and things they think government should be doing, and they always seem to say, oh, I can't talk to them, they're too busy, or they've got other things going on. Is it fair to say you would tell them, no, go ahead, we want to hear from you, we want to get that input?
Exactly. I mean, that's what we're there for. We're the people's representative to government.
Very good. Well, there's a big issue about representation that's in front of the Ellis County Commission, and we've got to go to a break, but let's talk about that when we return with more Talking Democracy.
I really don't know anything about a county commission. I'm not from here, so I don't pay a whole lot of attention to some of the stuff that goes on. It's going to have to change. I'm going to start actually renting a house here soon.
We're back on Talking Democracy with Ellis County Commissioner Glenn Diehl, and the most attention that's been paid to the commission lately has been the commission's initiative to move to a different form of administering the county, what we call an administrator form of government. Right. Talk to me about why the commission thinks this is a good idea.
Well, basically, county government right now is totally decentralized. Any business has a board of directors, has a chief executive officer, and you have your vice presidents under there. Fort Hays State University has a board of regents have Ed Hammond hired, who oversee his various departments. It'd be like Fort Hays State University not having Ed Hammond. You'd have the board of regents giving direction, but everybody would kind of be doing their own thing, and that's what's happening at the county level. The Board of County Commissioners meet once a week, and we have absolutely no authority to do anything unless we're in an open meeting.
And that's a state law, correct?
That's state law. As an Ellis County Commissioner, I have no authority right now to do anything. I have any authority unless I'm in an open meeting and I get one other commissioner to agree with me, then we have authority, but that's the only time is during that open meeting on a Monday evening. And as a businessman, I can't see how that's efficient.
It's got to be incredibly difficult, say, when you're dealing with personnel issues, because you all do supervise county personnel, don't you?
Correct.
Yeah, so now you're trying to balance out the need of an open meeting law with people's right to privacy about what kind of issues you bring up in these open meetings.
Now, in an open meeting, we do have executive sessions for cases like that. We cannot be talking about personnel issues in public. So we have to go into executive session, and I don't like going into executive session because people say, what are you hiding? Well, if we're doing personnel issues, we can't be discussing that in public. And but is that really the right time to be doing that is during an open meeting? With an administrator, he'll be a human resource person, and he could be handling some of these personnel issues to where we can be having our open meeting in the open and have an administrator handling our human resource, whatever would come up,
Is that the primary advantage of having an administrator, or are there some other?
That's a secondary.
Okay.
The primary to me is having a chief financial officer. Right now, the county commission does the budget. We're a part-time commission. $20 million budget. We have our department heads